Sorry about the delay. The yard people started working. For some reason, the live went live before I wanted it to go live, and I was just sitting there. I was looking crazy as fuck. So, oh my gosh, what the freak? Okay, at least it didn't fall. Hold on. At least it didn't fall. Are we centered, ma'am? Okay. I hope everybody is doing well. Celeb reads, entertainment purposes only. If you have not checked out those high vibrational channels I put in every video that is on my channel, what are you doing on this channel? This channel is only for people that want to elevate. Check out those high vibrational channels. I'm telling you, it will make your life easier. Period. So let's get into this. Nikki's out here proving points. Silent points, by the way. And the way Nikki is doing this is through her music. Wow, who would have thought an artist proving themselves through their music? We live in the day and age of a lot of social media stars. And I feel like when it comes to certain things, a lot of people do not deliver in a certain way anymore. A lot of what people put out for the masses to consume, it seems very half-assed, and as someone, I am a fan of her music. I can appreciate the fact that everything she puts out, it doesn't sound half-assed. And that's why I will buy her music, because I feel like some sort of fire there. You can't deny that. And what I honestly, since reading Nicki since 2020, I feel like she always has this way of proving a point, but not really like even thinking that she's proving a point. I do feel like her putting out this album, check that out. She did say December 15th, so I will go live for a listening party, okay, like I did Friday too. That was so much fun being on live with you guys and like listening to the music. And she's one of those artists that I'll still wake up at 12 p.m. on a Friday when music releases to support, to listen. It's exciting. So I feel like in the face of adversity, Nikki is somebody who will just always have a deep love for what she does. There's a lot of people that, listen, I know somebody listening right now, you have a job you don't like to do, but you do it. Okay? There's a lot of people out there that's doing jobs, careers even, and they don't really like what they do that much. Nikki's one of the actually enjoy what she does, enjoys writing, enjoys making her writing clever, enjoys making her raps clever, enjoy making her chorus, the melody. There's just so much missing out of music nowadays. And I just really feel like Nikki is almost the last of a dying breed from that. Like, if you were really around in like the 2010s era, that's when I was in high school. I graduated high school 2012. So having those kinds of artists, it's just like you can feel when someone actually cares about what they're putting out to you. And honestly, I feel like I should change the title when I'm done with this reading, because what I'm getting as I shuffle the cards is that like there's a lot of people that's very fearful of Nikki's next release. Like, I just saw the Eight of Swords to the Hermit card. There's a lot of people watching her from ghost accounts. Okay, like heavy watching, like celebrities. Like, there's certain celebrities that are watching Nikki on ghost accounts that we wouldn't even fathom, like male celebrities, okay? Like, so many people in the industry are so obsessed with her, and that's just because they realize the same thing, that Nikki proves these points without proving a point, you know? And it's just so funny as someone who's been supporting her for almost 20 years now. Like, the world card, yeah. You know, it's so crazy when Nikki says like there are people in a boardroom that study her and, you know, shit like that. It's really true. There are people in a room that study her that legit, like the way that they stalk this woman, a lot of people should be in jail, prison, lock up the keys, throw them away because of the way a lot of people, not even just in the industry, I was going to say in the industry, but the way a lot of people stalk this woman, period. It's very, very scary. And I feel like there's this extra energy of protection around Nikki. I feel like Nikki's been like praying a lot to want to just feel complete in her journey. You know what I'm saying? The world card is about completing a journey, a complete circle. You know, what we see around this woman in the card. And I really feel like with this next body of work she's going to put out, it's almost like a complete circle for her, because it's something that it satisfies her. Doing music satisfies Nikki. And when Nikki's not making music, she doesn't feel satisfied. It's literally this woman's destiny and fate as well, with the world card, to be literally the queen. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed this energy from Nikki, because in her energy, I always want to like laugh. Like, no matter what, Nikki's the kind of person where even if she's crying, she'll still crack a joke. You know, people like that are really, really rare. And I feel like if Nikki was weak, like some of these other people they're trying to put up against her in competition, she would have been fell out, okay? She would have been lost her mind. All the nasty, disgusting thing. And by the way, with the world card, there's going to be some more information coming out. I don't know if Nikki's been talking to investigators about certain people in the industry. I'm getting this energy of like investigators coming to Nikki and asking information on different celebrities, because you guys see where P. Diddy is, and after P. Diddy, there's going to be a whole more celebrities that get in trouble, locked up. I feel like Nikki is on a safe side, and she's made really good decisions when it comes to her career, but also how people level up, right? Some women sleep their way to the top. Some people do rituals to the top. Some people sacrifice to the top. And, you know, Nikki's one of those rare people where she didn't let herself get swept away in that. And Spirit is telling me that's the only reason why Nikki got this protection. Spirit keeps pointing me towards this protection around Nikki. If Nikki would have done any of those things to better her career and climb the ladder, like they say, she would not have this protection anymore, right? Spiritual protection is based on the things that you do. It's based on your karma. So it's kind of like, I feel it's like a celebration for Nikki as well, because she's kept her head on straight. She's kept her crown on straight, right? Basically, I've talked about this before on my channel, where Nikki has been covering her crown either with bandanas, or at a certain point when she was making appearances, she would always have some kind of cover over her head, over her face. And I spoke about how I feel like Nikki has come to a very beautiful awakening about energy and about how powerful your crown chakra is, and when you control your crown chakra. And it's so wonderful to feel that for her, you know, because this is a woman, she's had a lot of people try to manipulate her. Nikki's had a lot of people lie to her behind the scenes, like stupid lies, like petty lies, kitty lies. Okay, a lot of jealous men. Like, I think I said in the last reading about Nikki that she's one of the most wanted women in the industry, like sexually. She's one of the most wanted. A lot of men are pining for her and are very jealous of her marriage. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. Nikki just loves the game and she plays it well. And whoa, there are definitely some people here. I wouldn't be shocked if they tried to sabotage the rollout, but it's not going to happen. No sabotaging allowed. It's not going to happen. Nikki's going to have a good release, and I'm excited. So it's going to be cool. Next. Kehlani. Wow, my cards are shedding. It's all over my... What? I didn't know these cards are shedding. If anyone knows how to like laminate anything or of the sort, please email me how I could like laminate these cards because they are shedding. Okay, I didn't know that. First of all, I've never read Kehlani, and I never wanted to. I'm sorry. There's just something energetically about Kehlani that I've never liked, you guys. Like, I wish I could say different, but ever since she came out and I looked at her, there's just some people I can look at them and say, and I feel like something is wrong. You know, like for years, I told people that I couldn't look at pictures of P. Diddy without feeling nauseous. This is before, you know, like obvious information was coming out. But something in my spirit always told me like something is off with this person. I'm telling you. That's why you got to always listen to your discernment, okay? Because everybody's body has a different way to reacting to good energy and bad energy. And so I'm just going to say, you guys, I'm not shocked about these allegations. I know there's some dark allegations. I almost said allegations. Do I want to drink? My bad. But, you know, we're talking about children. We're talking about dark witchcraft. Talking about a lot of negative energy. And sadly, I've always gotten this from Kehlani. Like, I don't know how else to say it, y'all. Like, I'm trying to figure out another way to put it, but to lay it down straight, there is no other way to put it. I am going to pull some cards, but Kehlani has a lot of dark spiritual karma around her. You guys know I don't need cards. The cards, you guys like the cards. I can just read people sitting here chilling with a blunt in my hand. But, you know, the psychic colors that I'm getting around Kehlani is a little tragic. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's Kehlani is the kind of person that, you know, goes through things, but instead of really dealing with them and getting to the core of her issues and why maybe she feels as dark as she feels, sometimes she doesn't tackle that part of her mind. You know, she'd rather view things as maybe being fast fixes to her life or to her mind. Or I feel like she's one of those people that she might come out and like talk about Jesus in a couple of years because of the kind of stuff that she's involved with. You see all these celebrities, eventually they come out talking about some God, love Jesus, love God. It's because they literally have become consumed by this darkness that runs a lot of different industries in the world, to be completely honest. You feel me? So let's pull some cards on Kehlani. Jesus, let me take a drink. Happy weekend. I hope you guys are feeling good. Thank you for the new likes, the new subscribers. Very, 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 very grateful. Thank you for the new clients. Been filling up my email. Make sure you guys hit me up for email soon for personal reading because I'm about to close them slots. Okay, let's do this. I'm literally, what do they call it? I'm procrastinating because I don't want to read Kehlani, you guys. I don't. I don't like her energy. Like I read. Okay. Okay. I was trying to shut the ad off. I guess not. Do I want to use this thing? No. I'm gonna use another one. Are these all the cards? Hold on, guys. Switching decks. And also on multiple occasions, like Kehlani has been caught like lying or she's doing some like sympathy shit so that people don't talk about her lies and they just like worry about her. Okay, I remember the time Kehlani got caught cheating and she tried to unalive herself. She's just one of those people that would rather do something extreme than own up to their stuff. Financial constraints. I'm gonna do one more shuffle. That card flipped out so fast. So also Spirit is telling me don't be fooled by how some of these people that have a little bit of money live, because a lot of people sometimes they live out of their means. And Kehlani is one of those people where, you know, you'll see her driving a nice car, living in a nice place, but it's not necessarily owned, and it could even be other people's. Like I'm really getting Kehlani going through a lot of financial strife, and actually it's been that way for a minute. This isn't new. She's been struggling financially. That is accusing her wants to take her to court, and I feel like she doesn't have enough money for that. Yeah, look, Door to Spirit in reverse. Kehlani, what are you playing with, girl? If you were my, I would say get away from me. I'm just kidding. No. But the Door to Spirit, and it fell in reverse, you guys. That is no coincidence. And look, envy. Wow. Kehlani, you need to get it together. Door to Spirit in reverse, that is probably one of the worst cards you could ever see come out in someone's reading in regards to a rumor that they are doing dark spirituality. This is literally dark spirituality right here. A lot of people walk through spiritual doors, but they won't tell you whether it's light or dark. Some people would just tell you, yeah, I'm going through a spiritual awakening. But some people go through a spiritual awakening and they find darker energies. They feed into those envious spirits, those jealous spirits, those low vibrational spirits that get into their mind and start literally running them. You know, I almost said the wrong name. Kehlani is I think Kehlani is coming to a certain like decision in her life where I feel like she's gonna be forced to walk away from this dark spiritual stuff that she's messing with. Definitely feel like it's been affecting her money. Whatever this, I feel like she got into this dark spirituality. You see how this person has on a red robe? Like I'm telling you, like this is some kind of cult, and that's what he said that she's a part of some sort of cult, some sort of organization, some dark group. Now it's like Kehlani is going to have to fight for her light back. Because when you get involved in these groups and these covens, there's usually a leader. And let me tell you, that leader is feeding off of everybody's energy. It doesn't matter if it's a church, okay? There are pastors that do the same thing. There are quote unquote spiritual leaders that do the same thing. They gather people so they can gather energy from those people. And sadly, Kehlani was just a smaller part to a bigger person's plan. And now with this daughter spirit, she's gonna have to figure out how to open back up her like psychic senses. Because I feel like she has some indigo in her aura as well. But I'm telling you, joining these groups like this, they only feeds your energy, and you are deprived of your former gifts. I feel like Kehlani even feels this way about music. This is just a lesson in life that Kehlani had to learn, especially about spirituality. And envy success with her head on their body, and that's not how you do it, girl. You get your own success in own ways. That's the thing about, any kind of industry. There's always going to be something or someone new. And I feel like Kehlani has a problem with that. And I also feel like, and I'm not saying Kehlani is old, okay? You're not old really ever unless you feel like it. But I feel like somebody around Kehlani called her old, or hey, you're getting older, or hearing that person say that, it put her in this mindset, oh my God, like there's newer, fresher artists and I'm getting older and blah, 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 blah. I feel like that also put Kehlani in a very bad space where she felt like she had to incorporate herself with this dark group of people. I really want to say I don't know why she did it, but it was honestly just because of insecurities. Okay, my throat is hurting. I'm getting out of this energy. Next. All right. I went back and forth about putting anything about the election up on my channel. I kind of want to just put it on Patreon a little bit, but I'm going to see. Hopefully YouTube doesn't try no funny business with me, because if you've really been on my channel like since 2020, okay, you really been fucking with me. I've been said Kamala was gonna run for president. I knew eventually at some point this woman was going to get her behind up on that podium and want to be the next president. I said Kamala came in the game being a president, but they weren't going to let her have it that easy, right? They like to feel like it's a man's world. So Kamala is extraordinarily masculine. And not just did she want to be president, but if you guys, I might put some other information on Patreon, because when I say there's so much I've gotten about Kamala over the past couple of years we've seen her, it's intense, you guys, and the truth behind her is like, it's a little sinister. I might actually do another part on Patreon, because it's like I want to get into certain things, but I'm like, oh my gosh. But long story short, why Kamala is actually worse than Trump, and actually why it was always kind of fated for Trump to win. Trump already had his first term, and one thing I think that the government likes to do, because we can sit up and vote all we want, we can vote our asses off, but I've told you guys this before, they like to stage this country as a democracy. It's not really a democracy. don't do much politician readings because I feel like the truth about government is kind of right in front of your face. And if you can't see the truth about the government worldwide, not just United States, there is the United Nations where all the leaders meet up. Okay? But especially in the United States, you know, I would think some people have an idea that this country is very fake. And it's been that way for a long time. So basically, I'm laughing because, sorry, I want to say something, but I'm not going to say it. But long story short, you guys, when it comes down to politicians, they're all evil. Okay? I've never once looked at a politician and didn't get evil energy from them. They're all evil. And also, the idea of government and also the idea of democracy, it just, in America, it doesn't meet that criteria. And to me personally, just being in this country, living here, you know, being born here, it's just always been that way to me. I knew something was wrong when George W. Bush spent 20 years in the office. Hello? And then before that, it was his dad was in the office for 20 years. So it's just like kind of open up your eyes to the government a little bit, because it's almost like not even a lesser of two evils. It's like Kamala's very masculine, but she only acts that way because, you know, when you're in a field that's dominated by men and you're, you know, probably the only woman in the room and you sort of have to take on this like masculine personality just to get by at work. I feel like Kamala has taken that personality on to a point where I think if Kamala got up in this office, I think shit would have really imploded on her. Truthfully. And I've always said that there was something very dark about Biden's organization. I'm going to pull some cards. Give me a second. I hate reading politicians because for real, for those who are really tapped in, like really, really tapped in, all of these politicians are just fake, phony balonies. They don't really give a fuck. They're honestly looking for money for their campaign. Donate. There's really not much else. And they're trying to live good off of the people that they want to rule over. A lot of politicians have a victim complex. So they use that victim complex to step up and rise above others, to have power over others. I'm going to pull some cards. And once again, I'll say it again, you guys, but Kamala's energy towards Black people is very disingenuous. And if you can't see that, once again, I'm sorry. Where are your eyeballs? You know what I'm saying? This woman, you know, at least Trump speaks out what he really means. I'm not trying to have a whole debate go on in the comments. This isn't about that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, let's all move to another country, or let's all start a little island, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Just entertainment purposes only, right? But honestly, you guys, this Ten of Pentacles card came out, and what I'm getting is like, when Kamala looked at black people, it was only in a form of money. She didn't, that's why when she lost, she didn't come outside. She left thousands of people just standing there waiting for her. And I understand Kamala was upset. Damn, I just lost. Okay, but you don't leave your main supporters, which was a bunch of black people, period, standing outside waiting for you because you're upset. Kamala, be real, be for real. And that's the issue with her. Super, super fake. Always acting out of a new personality that she has. Kamala's one of those people that pulls out a personality depending on who she's around. She'll like shapeshift into that person to be relatable. She was going to HBCUs playing Sexy Red. I'm a black woman. Look at my skin. I'm a black woman. I don't even play Sexy Red. I don't even listen to her music. So honestly, we would have been dealing with a very ingenuous person. Actually, she looks down on the black community. Spirit is saying, talk about it. Yo, I'm going to have to get on Patreon. I'm going to have to get on Patreon and really spill more tea about Kamala. Because a few years ago, I got energetically attacked really bad when I tried to like really read her. And it was because Kamala knows that she has a fake way of getting through life. And I feel like some, people be acting like, it's just the president in office. No, it's not just the president. There's the president, and then there's like 13 more layers to that. So I feel like more and more, we need to start looking at our government as a whole. And we got to start looking at why America has the highest number of shootings. We got to start looking. It's an issue with our government. It happened through Obama's pregnancy. It happened through Obama's presidency. It happened through Biden's presidency. We need to start looking at those kind of things that are affecting our families, other people's families, day to day to day to day. Spirit keeps saying school shooting, school shooting. Like, we need to start looking at why this country is like the way that it is. It's not just the president. It's the government. It's a new world order. Probably said this 20,000 times on my channel. It's time to look outside of that and look at the fact that they're really trying to bring in a new world order on the whole entire world. And the C-19 was just the first part. It's not just our government, you guys. It's the United Nations. Start doing more research on those meetings, on what really happened over there. Because once again, there's a reason, but 80% of everything, 90% of everything says made in China. Start paying attention to deeper things, you guys. Literally. My hands are getting cold. Because what Spirit is telling me is that the election is always a distraction. They already have the president pre-picked. You know what I'm saying? Having a democracy is the fakest thing, really. It's not true. We don't have a democracy. Yeah, Three of Swords. If a lot more people knew the truth about this country, you'd be heartbroken. If you really understood the truth of the world and how it has affected all of us. have strength, keep your mind's eye open, keep your crown chakra open, keep yourself receptive and learning new information on what's going on worldwide. Because worldwide, there is something very massive going on. Not just with you, with me, with the people of the street, everybody. So Spirit is really just saying, pay attention. Because there's a lot of stuff that they do, especially in this country. That's why people laugh at the United States of America. On the other side of the country. If you ever talked to people from other parts of the world, they will literally laugh and say silly things. But guess what? Are they wrong? No. And there's a reason for that. So honestly, y'all, just pay attention, protect yourself, look up new information, educate yourself as well, because there's a lot that they do not tell us and they never will. You're going to have to open up yourself to it. All right, I'm done. Ooh, I hate reading on politics and I hate reading on all that stuff because there's so much like sad energy behind it and lies and fakeness, and it's like we might as well just be genuine with ourselves. Period. Love you guys. I'll see you later. We're in